apparently, family, China has openly and firmly declared its support for Nigeria's sovereignty and indirectly, or should we say directly, sent out a warning to the US. Let's watch this video.
As a strategic partner, China supports Nigeria's government in leading its people on a development path suited to its national conditions and opposes any country interfering in others' internal affairs under the pretext of religion or human rights.
Xi Jinping has once again drawn global attention with a statement that highlights China's expanding voice on the world stage. Beijing reaffirmed its support for Nigeria's independent path of development, emphasizing that every country has the right to choose its own way forward. China also called for mutual respect among nations, discouraging interference in others' internal affairs.
That was a report from the spokesperson for China's foreign ministry, Mao Ning. She said, family, as Nigeria's strategic partner, China opposes any attempts by foreign powers to use religion or human rights as a pretext to meddle in another country's internal affairs or impose sanctions and military threats. Well, we all know the story, family. US recently threatened to send the US Department of War to Nigeria to wipe out the Islamic groups or the terrorist groups that are on a constant unaliving Christians in Nigeria. But guess what China did? China swore their solidarity. They promised to stand by the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government. They promised to stand by the Nigerian government. Now, are we surprised? No, we are not. Now, this looks as though Nigeria is in the middle and these power players are trying to lay hands on it. Oh, you may be wondering, is Nigeria this important? Yes, Nigeria is important. Oh, it is seen as the giants of Africa, but our leaders have reduced it to scorn and ridicule. Now, let's check out a line in what she said. She said, Beijing stands firmly with Nigeria as it, quote, leads its people on a development path suited to its national conditions, describing the country as a comprehensive strategic partner, end quote. Now, why is China so interested in Africa, particularly Nigeria, and willing to go against Trump, willing to stand for Nigeria? Yes, family, we know the China-Nigeria partnership. We know China is interested in Nigeria. We know its political and strategic interests. And if they don't defend Nigeria in a time like this, losing all they've worked for, all the built in Nigeria, protecting Nigeria, or standing by Nigeria, is standing for their interests. No two ways about it. Are they concerned about Nigeria killings? Concerned about the Islamic Christians or whatever? No, they're only concerned about their interests. They want to protect it. Now, if the US attacks this Islamic group in Nigeria, if they attack this terrorist, what do you think will happen to the country? And by implication, what would happen to their investments in Nigeria? So Nigeria is just in the middle. Does it have a say in this? I don't think so. What do you have to say about this story, family? And why do we think China has no problem with it? There are cries of Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, but China is cool with it. Now, according to reports, let's check this out. Now, this is a BBC report dated 15th October 2025. China arrested 30 Christians. Some fear it's the start of a bigger crackdown. Why? They point to a new law passed in China, which appear aimed at curbing underground church activity and increasing pressure exerted by authorities on church members in recent months. Now, family, earlier this year, China issued new rules on religious activity. The rules are part of a long-standing strategy by the Chinese government to align religion with communism and ensure loyalty to the Chinese Communist Party. Family, they removed crosses from churches and demolished the domes and minarets of mosques to make them look more Chinese. Pastors and imams have reportedly been asked to focus on religious teachings that reflect socialist values. Apparently, the government also plans to issue a newly annotated version of the Quran that will help Islamic teachings align with the Chinese culture in the new era. So apparently, family, China doesn't have a thing with religion because they control the thing. They say you are free in China to worship whoever you want to serve any god you want to. But according to reports, they control everything. They want the teachings to align with communism, which promotes atheism. And we know what that means. So China is at the verge of pushing every religious activity to become government activity. You are free, but the government is basically in charge. And that is why they resorted to underground churches to really teach the people the principles and doctrine of the Bible. But if they lay hands on you, you would be arrested. And that is what happened to the 30 Christians that were arrested. Now, family, for a country like this, of course, they would not have problems or issues hearing Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. To them, it's normal, right? That is why, in a time like this, they stand with Nigeria. What do you have to say about this story, family? The dots are connecting. But very soon, everything will come to the limelight. What China wants, what US wants, with Nigeria in the middle. What do you have to say about this story, family? China pledges its support and wants the US. Or will President Donald Trump listen to China? Comment your thoughts and do not forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn on your notification button. My name is Lynient Akotonou.